Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I want to say welcome. Don't be shy, hit the like, subscribe, share your thoughts. I ask that you keep it positive in the comment section. And if you don't have anything nice to say, that old adage, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. But I do welcome feedback and comments. If you are returning to my page and my channel, thank you. Appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you watch my videos and don't really subscribe, it would be nice to subscribe because it does help the channel and the videos circulate further. So let me explain the way this works. These are general collective messages. That means that they are for the collective and they are about whatever comes up in the message. So everything's not going to resonate. Not every message is going to resonate. Maybe some advice for the message might resonate for you in some situation that you're going through. But if I tell you about an alien coming down next week to talk to you about the business deal you guys discussed, and you didn't talk to an alien, don't try to make that message fit for your life. Maybe an alien could be a metaphor for something else, but you have to take it as it is, and then, or as it resonates. And then if it doesn't resonate, you can move on to the next message because there will be multiple messages within this video. All right, so that is the nuts and bolts. Let's get to the actual messages that I have for you. So I think it's a bit misleading that I call this, well, I don't. I think in my short videos, I call it tarot readings, but they're not really tarot readings. They're, divination messages. As of right now, you can see that I am not doing my first spread as a tarot spread. I'm doing my first spread as a Lenormand spread. But regardless, these are the messages that are coming up regarding what I have laid out. So there are a couple of different things here. So the first message I want to talk about that kind of jumped out at me was there is a couple here. There's a couple here, and there is some discussion about a house, buying a house. So there's discussion about buying a house, and you have one person who I'm thinking is not you because you had the partner card come up but not the current, and that means that it is the person that you are dealing with, and they are apprehensive about going through with the buying of this house. And the reason that they are apprehensive is because they don't trust the they don't trust who they're buying the house. Or there's something about the deal that they don't trust. Either it's the house itself that they don't trust, or it's who they're buying the house from that they don't trust. But there's something here about someone thinking that they're getting snaked, that they're getting duped, that they're getting the short end of the stick. And they feel like I think whoever this is, they have relayed these concerns to you. So I don't think these are hidden concerns. I think they've told you that they're having apprehension about going through with signing of the papers for this house. And if you have already bought the house, then they are, telling you about their apprehension about having bought the house, which is frustrating. I feel like it's frustrating for you or whoever this is that's hearing this, because the house is bought. It's like, why didn't you bring up these concerns and these worries before we signed the paper? You are all for going through with the signing, and now you have all these concerns afterwards. Like, keep your concerns to yourself at this point. We're stuck with this house. It's here. It's done. We bought it. So that might be a point of frustration for you if that is the case, if they are making these concerns known after the fact. It's like, why didn't you bring this up before? I would have listened. I think maybe somebody feels like you would not have listened had they had they brought up those concerns prior to, but like, what's the point in doing it now? So it's either apprehension about going through with the signing of the papers, or the making it known that they always had these doubts about buying the house after the papers are signed. And somebody's being optimistic, or they want to be optimistic about it. I think it's the partner who's being, so somebody here is being a real Debbie Downer about something that, so if it's not a house, there's somebody here is being a real Debbie Downer about something that should otherwise be a very happy occasion. So have you ever had those situations where something finally happens or something good happens, and all that someone else can do is point out the inconsistencies of, how it came about? Like, if you this is like coming across a really good deal. Again, I keep going back to house. I keep hearing house. There's something about house. There's somebody here who's dealing with a purchasing of a house situation, or maybe repairs to a house that, end up being way cheaper or something. It's just something about, you came across something or accomplished something finally, but the details of it has somebody else wondering, is it legit? Did we get duped? Is this going to last? And the other person thinking, like, why didn't you bring this up before? We went through it, and now you want to just tell me about, how this could be the worst thing we've ever done. I don't want to hear it. It's, let's just celebrate. Let's be happy. It's there. So somebody is ruining someone else's good time, and not good time in a frivolous way, good time in a, we should be celebrating this accomplishment situation. So that's what I'm getting there. Now, I'll get the outcome to that in a second. I'll get an outcome to all this in a second, because it is looking like it's more apprehension as opposed to solid. I feel like somebody doesn't trust the person that they're buying from. So it might be a situation where you're picking up on the fact that this person isn't trustworthy. And anytime you deal in business, is anybody in business ever really trustworthy? No, people are really out for what they can get from it. All you can do is, hope that people are following best business practices, that they're up on the up and up when it comes to that, because people will sell you anything. And I think you're somebody who knows that, but you have to do business, and all you can do is background checks. You can look up on people's business, Better Business Bureau. You can, check for references. You can do all of that stuff. And at the end of the day, just hope you're not dealing with somebody who doesn't give a damn about going to prison or getting sued. So the person themselves can, be a little bit snakish, because like I said, when you're dealing with business, you're dealing with people who, trying to make a buck. Everybody's going to be a little bit, they're going to be a little bit shady. But as long as the deal that they're giving you is fair and on the up and up, then the person itself, that's not really your concern, because after you sign the papers, you don't have to deal with that person anymore. Like, if this is buying a house, once you sign the papers, you don't have to deal with that realtor anymore. You don't have to deal with that the owner of the house anymore. And now it's just between you and the bank, right? So I think maybe the apprehension here, or your intuition, is picking up on like this person not being necessarily the best kind of person. But once, like I said, as long as the deal that they're giving you is fair, then you don't have to worry about them anymore once the business is done, If this is not about a house and this is about a relationship, and then you have someone here who is worried that a relationship is being interfered with. Okay. So there is, with the snake, the lily, and the rider here, it's like, it's very close to the partner card. Like, these two cards are very close to each other, and they're in the same line as the house. So at the end of the day, you have somebody here who's very fearful, not only that their partner is stepping out on them, but that their partner is on the verge of leaving the relationship for this other. So I don't know if this is confirmed or if this is just suspicion, but the only thing that really makes me feel as though this is in some way a confirmed hypothesis, if you will say, that it's just not suspicion. It'd be different if it was like, well, you're just worried that this person is stepping out on you. But I feel like it goes a little bit further than that. I feel that whoever is worried that their partner is stepping out on them is also worried that they're going to leave them for that other person. And it's like, why is it seems like if you haven't even confirmed that the person is cheating on you, why is the next fear they're going to leave you? Like, let's confirm that they're actually doing something outside of the relationship before we jump to they're going to leave me. If you're getting vibes that this person is going to leave the relationship, just in, that those are the vibes you're getting and you're attributing it to a third party, maybe that would make more sense. So I don't know if you're getting vibes that this person doesn't want to be in this relationship anymore and you're wondering if it's because of a third party, then that's one thing. But if you're wondering if it's a third party, I guess there's always the fear in the back of your head. If you know it's a third party, then that fear that they're going to leave you for that third party. And if that's the case, then they had to have been carrying on with this third party for quite some time to can be considered leaving the main relationship for the new person. So I do see some difficulties here, basically, is what I'm saying when it comes to a relationship, whether there's suspicions, confirmed suspicion, or just in general jealousy, because this might be jealousy as well. Now, what I do see here is, because you do have, I'm trying to ignore it, but it's really hard because it's like, it's there, that you do have this line here with the snake, the lily, and the rider, and it's just one line here, and it's very close to the partner because the partner is in the middle, or what would be considered the middle. I can actually do another line real quick of this reading, but it's kind of off camera. Yeah, I do think I did another line. I don't know if you can see it, but this has to do with a wife and somebody being in love with their spouse, So I don't really think that if you are worried about the other party, if there is another party, like I said, if it's confirmed, I don't really think that your partner is going to leave you for that third party. But there are definitely some issues here. If there is a third party, obviously that needs to be worked out in this relationship. But there is somebody here who is very in love, because you have these last two cards on the right side of the partner card, who is worried about an ending to this relationship, being very positive, right? And the cards that are on the left side, which is behind the partner, which is behind whoever it is that's worrying about an end to the relationship. This is what's in the past. This is what has already transpired. So if there was a relationship that was interfering with the main connection, that I can honestly tell you that relationship is coming to an end, or it has already ended, or this person is they're genuinely not trying to lose their main relationship and the person they are in love with over it's very casual fling. And what I was going to say about this before I laid out this last line here with the snake, the lily, and the rider, is somebody was just, and I don't know if this, at the end of the day, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to take this information and you're going to have to sit with it, digest it, and make the adjustments that you're going to have to make in your relationship how you see fit. Because all I can do is just relay the information. I do feel like the main relationship is solid and it's going to stay intact. I don't think that it's like it's not going to be the cause or the fall of Rome. Like your Roman Empire is here in this solid connection and relationship, marriage. I do think it's a marriage. And this, whatever this attack was on that main relationship, isn't going to lead to the fall of that main relationship. It isn't. It was like the idea of being at war and you have the enemy hurling what is those, the big boulders when they you have a castle and you have a castle wall, and what are those things called? when the big balls and they put it on like the catapult and they, and the wall never falls, it never falls. And so at the end of the day, all the enemy could do is retreat. And so this is the enemy. This was the desire for a relationship with your person. They thought it would be successful. And this is coming up from the outside. But at the end of the day, whoever was stepped out on the relationship was just looking for an affair. They was just looking for sex. Let's be quite honest with you. That's all they were looking for. They weren't looking for a romantic connection with anybody. So there was no chance of that being a rival to the romantic feelings that they have for the main relationship. But they did cheat and they did step out on the relationship, and they did want that sexual connection with someone else. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be the fall of the relationship, but it is something that you're going to have to digest and figure out what you want to do with that information. So it really is just up to you. Now, if it isn't that, then I do see here, this could be a potential connection, but a potential connection with, you're going to have to be careful here, because there is someone close to you who is a snake, in the sense that, and I've always maintained that it's not the proper way to go about relationships, but other people see things differently. But so a snake, in the sense that you are engaging with someone under the pretense of a relationship where okay, what I'm trying to say here. So you're engaging with someone, or someone is around you, whether this is a friend or a coworker or a roommate, or I don't know, maybe somebody you live in the same building with, an acquaintance. There's some sort of engagement that you have with the person, and you're under the false assumption that whatever that relationship is, that's the intention of the other person. And I'm here to tell you that that person's intention is to sleep with you or pursue you sexually. So this person is having a hard time pursuing you, because whatever the context of your relationship is with this person is not romantic or sexual in nature. And so the way that they approached you or got in good with you was to assume a connection that was very platonic in some way. Maybe this is something like a barista that you see, at Starbucks, and they chat you up every time it's customer service, right? So you're not thinking anything of it, but the reason that this person is chatting you up is because they're interested in pursuing you, but they didn't approach you that way initially. And so in their mind, they're thinking, and I don't necessarily know if it was deceitful, but do you have the snake here? So that card to me usually signifies that somebody knew, hey, I'm interested in this person, but I can't just go for it. So I'm going to be really friendly and never really, just outright ask them, or I'm going to try to be their friend first, or whatever it is to get in close, but never make it, clear, never approach you directly, trying to get in a relationship. And so they're trying to come in through the back door is basically what I'm trying to say. And they're having a really hard time coming in through the back door because they don't know how to broach I don't know what they thought. Maybe they just thought it would just naturally turn romantic or sexual, and it's not. And so they're having a really tough time coming in through the back door to get you romantically or sexually or however they want you. I do think they do want a relationship or some sort of romance, but they're having a really difficult time making that transition from whatever your relationship actually is to pursuing you. It's like they don't know how to do it. So that is somebody around you, and they're really hoping that you see them in a romantic / sexual way. So I don't know that you do. I don't know if you like this person the same way, but they clearly are interested in you that way. It reminds me of that TikTok trend. Do you want me? Do you want me like that? Do you want me like that? And this person is constantly thinking that in the back of their mind, but they're not just doing it because they try to do it sneakily. And so I don't even know if you realize that this person is interested in you that way. So you're going to have to figure out who that is. Okay, so that is what I have for the Lenormand cards. Lenormand, I don't know. People pronounce it different, but that is what I have for that. As far as tarot, let's pull. I'm not gonna pull that many tarot cards. I never really do, but I'm just gonna pull a couple to see what tarot has to say. Just a couple. This is telling me with these 2 cards that popped out, you need to be, this is just really blunt. Ignore, kick someone out and disregard options. Disregard someone that's trying to make you an option. So if it is romantic, disregard this person because they're trying to make you an option. If it is job that like if it's a job you keep going back and forth, like a job keeps ghosting you and then coming back, and then so regardless if it's a job, they do the same thing. So when someone is trying to make you an option, they all behave the same way, whether it's a friend, a family member, a job, or a potential love interest. And that's how you know they're trying to make you an option. It does not matter the nature of the relationship. Someone is trying to make you an option. And the way that you know they're trying to make you an option is that they'll be in and out. They'll ghost you when they think they have something better. And then when they realize they don't, they'll come back, right? And so jobs do this as well, where it's like the initial reach out, right? But then they don't get back to you. But then they do get back to you. But then it takes them forever to set up an interview, and then you do an interview, and then they don't talk to you. It's because they're juggling you with other people and other priorities. And so there's something here about something or someone not making you a priority. And that's really what it's about, because I think people sometimes get confused about having options when you're looking for something. Like, there's nothing wrong with having multiple candidates for a job, and there's nothing wrong with having different friends, and there's nothing wrong with dating. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think people get confused with, exploring life and trying to figure out what's best for you, and being okay with letting someone else not make them a priority. So on your end, what the cards are saying is it's not a problem that especially if you're not exclusive with someone, or you haven't been offered, a job or anything like that, or like I said, you can have multiple friends. The problem becomes when someone isn't prioritizing you. Like, I don't care what you got going on in your life. That's for you to handle. If you can't handle the things that you have going on in your life, it is not my job to sit on the back burner and make it easier for you to not make me a priority. It's not my job. So you're going to have to figure that out. I'm going to figure me out, and I'm going to go where I'm appreciated, because what this person or this job or this friend or whoever or whatever it is showing you is that you're not important to them. And so this is what the cards are saying. Say, isolate the person, just ghost them. This is literally saying ghost them. Or it's telling if somebody has been doing this to you, if they have been ghosting you and coming back and then ghosting you and coming back, and the interaction is very wonky back, it's very up and down, it's not consistent, then you have to take it at face value. You have to take it for what it is, and stop making excuses because you want a thing. Because even if you were to get it, in the end, they're still going to treat you the same way. And that's the really hard part about, the older you get, the more you realize when somebody wants you, like I said, we're a friend, work, romance, they make it a priority. Let's take work for an example. When you finally find a job who sees you or your resume or interview, and they're like, no, I want that person. They go through hell and high water, over mountains and under the ocean to get that candidate for that job. Okay. They are gun-ho about it. They're going to make exceptions for you. They're going to make, room for you. They're going to do everything to get you, to pull you in, because you're valuable to them and they see you as an asset. When you're just another candidate for a job, they're going to string you along. and it'll take 2 weeks to get back to you about an interview. You might have to reach out to them and ask them what's going on. You have to pursue them. It's like a relationship. You have to pursue them every time you get any response from anything. If you get another interview, it's, oh yeah, I'm sorry, we totally forgot. How did you forget that you were looking for somebody for a job? Are you interested? Yeah, it's because they have somebody else that they're pursuing that they really want. And they're putting you on the back burner. So if you pursue it, then yeah, they'll give you an opportunity, maybe not, until the other person that they really want says yes or no. You'll be the back burner, you'll be the backup. And so you have to notice that about things and about people and about interactions. And the older you get, the more you start to realize that in a shorter span of time. And the same thing with relationships. It's like, I'm really interested in this person, but I'll keep you on the back burner in case this doesn't really work out. And that's why it's so inconsistent with the communication and the interaction. And so it's about you prioritizing yourself, even if other people are not prioritizing you, and then find the things that, that also prioritize you, that fit with you, because this isn't a good fit. Whatever it is isn't a good fit, because at the end of the day, because you weren't their first choice, and people have a tendency, people are people, they don't change. Because you weren't their first choice, they're always going to treat you like an option, even if you two were to get together. Whether it's a job, like I said, friend or relationship, they're still going to always treat you like the friend that I call when I can't hang out with the friend that I really wanted to go out with. That friend didn't make it through, so let me call my backup. Or, even if you get the relationship with this person, string you along for 9-10 years and never put a ring on it because you were always the backup, and you just happen to make it to, like, you're on the bench, you just happen to make it as a starter for one night, basically. So when people show you that, you might want to just be like, you know what, I get it, I got it, it's good. If you don't want to make me a priority, and it's never a bad thing to just kind of say that, whether it's a friend, a job, a relationship, it's like, look, and you don't have to be rude. You don't have to be pushy. You don't have to be bitter. Just lay it out, because people have a right to know what they want and to pursue the thing that they want. And if it's not you, then that's okay. Just let me know so that I can move on to finding something that does appreciate me. It gets really annoying or tricky when someone's trying to fool you into staying in or staying on the bench. Like when you join a team, they let you know if you're a starter or you're a bencher, right? They don't fool you into thinking you're going to be a starter and then bench you the whole season. Well, sometimes they do. And that's when problems get started on teams, right? They get, I'm going to start, and then you bench me the entire time, or I was a starter and then you end up benching me. That's a problem. So it's a problem when this person is trying to trick you into staying there so that they can pursue the thing that they really want. And that's not fair to you. So it's just, contact them and be like, whether it's a job or, relationship, is, I was really looking forward to this opportunity. I would just like to know, do you see me as a good fit for this position, or should I move on to explore other options, or however it goes? Or if you're in a relationship, just like, hey, I know that you got other things going on, you have other priorities, but I was really interested in pursuing something with you. If you're not interested in making me a priority, just let me know so I can move on with my life and not waste my time or waste your time. It's about not wasting time. And if somebody even respects you enough, they're not going to think about wasting your time, whether it's your job or it is a relationship. So just let people know in a respectful manner that I do prioritize myself, and I see that you're not doing that. You're not making that effort. So, what are we doing? Are we moving forward in a way that's beneficial for the both of us, or should we just part ways? And you don't have to be disrespectful to do it. And people will normally appreciate that and let you know where they stand. But if you allow people to, pull the wool over your eye and keep you in a, position where, again, they're not prioritizing you, chances are they will. All right, so we're going to do these cards. I haven't done my romance cards in a while, but I really honestly don't feel like getting up and getting them. So we're just going to take these as the romance cards, and then I'm going to wrap it up with some oracles. Or open relationship wanted to pop out. And I don't really think the open relationship card is a bit different to me, because I don't really think it's like open relationship as a sense of like, you know, the traditional sense, like being in an open relationship, but I think it's more like a casual relationship. Like there's not a commitment here. So you might be dating someone in a casual sense, but there are definitely obstacles here. An obstacle might be that somebody doesn't want it to be as casual. Somebody else does. There's a young female here. So definitely somebody, maybe it's a masculine. Oh, there's two women here. Okay. It might be a lesbian. Oh, no, there's a male. Again, this is about options. This is about options. This is about options. So you have distance here. All right. So this is definitely a baby mom, a baby father situation. You do have a male and two women. You have an older woman and you have a younger woman, and then you have a casual relationship that has the obstacle of children and distance. And I don't necessarily think it's distance in a sense of a long distance relationship. I think that the distance that you're experiencing in this casual relationship with this masculine energy, or it can be a lesbian relationship who the one partner, you know, had children with a man, had a relationship with a man in the past. Take it how it resonates. But there is, whoever this person had a child with, they're an issue. Okay. Even though the relationship isn't committed, it is casual. You're still in the dating phase. It's a problem. It's a problem. And I don't feel like it's going to not be a problem anytime soon, because I think this person is always going to use the children as a way to create wedge or to create distance in between you and this person. So I'm just going to get a real outcome card here, because it's just a standard, you know, ex-partner, baby mom, baby dad sort of drama situation. And it has already created distance between you and this person. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So I'm just going to get the outcome card here. It's a sexual. You know what? This might actually be. Yeah, I was just going to say this. I was going to say, because it's easy to see this and be like, this is you and that person. But I don't think it's you and that person, because why would you need a passion card to tell you that you're already having sex with this person? It's a casual relationship. That's clear. And so I was like, I still think they're having sex with that's why it's a problem. So that's the outcome. You're dating someone who's still having sexual relationship with their baby mom or their baby father. So you're going to have to take that that's it. That's the situation. So if you are dealing with that, the reason why this person, because you have to think about it logically. I mean, yes, you have bitter baby moms and baby fathers all the time. Don't get me wrong. But there is a certain bitterness that comes with knowing a relationship is over and someone has moved on. And there's a different type of bitterness that comes, or interference that comes with that person still messing around with that past person. Like, this is not the bitterness that comes with you two aren't together anymore. This is the side chick bitterness. So you're still messing with this person. And that's why the baby mom or the baby father feels like they can still interfere in your relationship, is because they're allowing them to interfere in your relationship. So that's what that is. Okay, so we're going to do some oracle cards here. Do some oracles, and then I'm going to wrap the reading up for you. Okay, so I did this last time and I really liked it, and I'll do it this time. So basically how this works is attraction and creation part of the reading. So these cards are what you're trying to attract in your life or create, or if they're negative, is what you're trying to exercise from your life. Okay. So if it's a positive card about something you want, like money, a new job, love, whatever, then you're trying to attract and create that. If it's a negative card, like challenges and, you know, challenges to your finances, or you need some sort of transformation in your life, or anything that, you know, negative, you know, thing that's happening that you want to change in your life, then that's something you're trying to attract change, right? You're trying to create change in that negative situation. So these are representing your desires, and these cards here, when I put them out, are going to represent how you attract and create those desires. Okay. So what is my collective desiring? So we're going to do 2 cards today. I did 3 cards last time. I'm going to do 2 cards. So you are desiring a new beginning, and then we have soul symbol, and soul symbol actually Let me see. The soul symbol can be a multitude of different things. I might pick another card because it's very vague, actually. Yeah, well, soul symbol is literally manifestation of desires. It's like life purpose. So it could be a relationship, it could be career, it could be finances. So it's very general. So there are people here who are, really interested in a new beginning. And then there are just, people who are just worried about manifesting whatever their general desires are. So we're going to get 2 cards here to kind of show you how to go about getting this new beginning and how to manifest these desires that you have in your life. So this is what you're attracting and creating, or trying to attract and create. And then we're going to give you some advice on how to go about doing that. And then I'm going to wrap up this reading. So the first card out. So somebody's trying to definitely have a new beginning in love. Somebody's definitely trying to have a new beginning in love. But this is the thing. So hold on a second. I'm about to read this card. Because this is what I feel like. This is, okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm getting from this before I read from the book. So the new beginning that you want, and this sort of manifestation of desires, is really has come down to commitment and what. So this card has to do with life purpose. This card has to do with new beginnings. This card is soulmates. So soulmates in the sense of not necessarily a relationship. It could be that, but it's about attracting your life path, right? And then commitment here. We're getting into commitment in a second. So what you need to focus on in order to get this new beginning, or to, manifest the things that you want in your life. You really need to focus on trying to work towards the things that, how do I say this? I don't know how to say it. So let me, you gotta read from the book. I don't know how to say it. I thought I did, but I don't. Okay. It says, being wholly and fully yourself is only one way to attract a true soulmate relationship. So it says, a soulmate relationship will contain everything you want and everything you need. You will experience a beautiful sense of connectedness and mutuality with this person, and may even feel like you have known them before. So what I wanted to say, yes. So if you take it out of the context of a relationship, what soulmate is trying to tell you is whatever you're trying to attract, you need to focus on the things that bring balance into your life, because at the end of the day, that's what the soulmate connection is. It's about bringing balance into your life. It's about so what you need to focus on is the yin and the yang. So I did this in my last reading, and I'll link it in this reading. I always say I'll link a video, and then I don't because I'm really lazy, but I'll try to link it where towards the end of the video, it's an hour-long video, but at the end of the video is the first time I do this, and I talk about the difference between attraction and creation and manifestation. Where you're trying to manifest, or whoever's, because that's what you've been taught, that's what you hear all the time is manifestation, and can't figure out why the manifestations aren't working. And I go into a little bit more detail. This is a little bit of a rant because I didn't really want to go into detail about it, about why manifestations don't work. Sometimes it's like rubbing a lamp and expecting the genie to come out and grant a wish, where that's not really how life works. It might seem like life works like that way for some people, because some people just get really lucky in getting everything, but they know how to work the system. Some people just know how to work the system, right? That's the thing. It happens. But if you are somebody who doesn't necessarily know how to work the system, and you're waiting for the universe or whatever the higher power, let's say the higher power, whatever, whether it's God, religion, spirituality, the universe, whatever your higher power is that you feel is in control, you're waiting on that higher power to deliver something to you, and you consider it manifestation. The mistake you're making is thinking of that higher power as some genie that you rub and it grants wishes. So what the soulmate and the commitment card are trying to tell you, in order to attract the things that you want, whether it's this new beginning, life purpose, a relationship, whatever it is very vague here, is you need to start focusing on the things that fit with your divine trajectory in life. And I know it's hard to know what that is. So all you know is your desires, because we're very 3D, right? We're not spiritual beings, we're 3D beings. And so all you know is your desires. You don't know what your divine path is. That's why you have spirituality and religion to kind of try to aid you in figuring that out. But if something doesn't fit within your divine path, then it's not going to come into your life, no matter how much you desire it or want it or try to manifest it. And what this is saying is that you need to focus on those things that fit within your divine trajectory. All right. So if you keep continually to run into roadblocks over and over again, and you're not feeling connected, or you're not feeling that the thing that you want, regardless of what it is, whether it's money, a job, a relationship, maybe you want to live on a boat for the rest of your life, on the sea, and that's your dream, and you've always been trying to manifest that, but this is not coming into your life in a tangible way. It's because it might be because it's not part of your divine trajectory in life. It's not part of your life purpose. And no matter how much you want that, the divine or that higher power is not going to deliver that, the universe, whatever it is, it's not going to deliver that into your life because it's not where you're meant to be. And so you need to really focus on connecting to the things that are a part of your life path, your divine trajectory. And when you do that, when you start following that path, and you start focusing on those things, then you start feeling a connectedness to it's like a chain link. One chain links to the next chain that links to the next chain, as opposed to these continual breaks of the chain and wondering why there's always a break in the chain to getting to where you want to be. When you have aligned yourself with where you're meant to be and the things that you're meant to have in your life, it's a continual chain reaction, a chain that links to another chain without any chains being broken. And so that's really what this is telling you, regardless of what it is. And then the next thing to once you focus on that and trying to figure out what that is better, right? Trying to understand better what is meant for you as far as the new beginning. Like, you want a new beginning, but what does that mean for you, right? So maybe the new beginning that you're pursuing right now isn't meant for you, right? And that's why it always feels as though there's a broken chain. Every single time you start manifesting and start going for it, it doesn't pan out, or something falls apart or something, because it's not meant for you. It's not meant to link you to that next chain. And so it's figuring out what is meant to link you to that next chain to get you to where you want to be. And then also it's about commitment here. So there needs to be a concerted effort to make the commitment to staying dedicated. And I know that's so tricky, honestly. It really is. And I guess the best way you can do for it is maybe try to manifest direction in your life as opposed to a specific thing, because the thing that you're trying to manifest can literally be leading you down a dead end because it's not meant for you, and that's possibly why the manifestation isn't coming around, or, it always seems to get messed up at the end, is because it's really just not meant for you. And so maybe you need to start, asking for direction and things being brought into your life that are meant for you, as opposed to specific things, because those specific things that you're asking for might not be exactly what's meant for you in your divine trajectory. And then, but once you find what is meant for you and those chains start to link up, right? One chain leads to the next chain. It's about commitment. You have to do the work, right? You can't just sit in your bed and wish and wonder and pray all day about, things falling out the sky. You have to make a concerted effort to achieve those things that you want to attract and create in your life. If you're trying to attract the thing and you attract it, but then you get really lazy and you do nothing with it, it's not going to be successful. It's not going to last, and it's not going to stay in your life. So you have to stay committed towards the path and put in the work to make sure that those things work out when you finally, figure out, stay on the path when you finally figure out what that path is supposed to be. Okie dokie. So I'm going to do one oracle card, and then as your advice on your way out, and then I am going to wrap this reading for the general collective. One advice card from their spirit guides or their angels. Peaceful resolution. All right, so a peaceful resolution is coming. So whatever that means to you, take that as confirmation. Specifically, if you are very worried about something resolving itself, whatever it is, whatever situation that needs resolve, whether it's inner conflict or outer conflict, just know that a peaceful resolution is coming and your angels are working on it. And that's something that you don't have to do. This is something that is coming into your life solely because your spirit guides, angels, divine God, whoever feels like this is what needs to happen. And so they're going to provide you with those answers. All right, guys, so that is all I have for you. I really hope that helped. I appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, positive feedback and comments, and I will see you next time.